TBS Storyline returns with Myrna Moore.
They are making waves in what's been described as the new age of music. A mix of rap and rock, acid hip-hop has a loyal legion of fans who name Atlanta's own Heavy Mojo among their favorite groups. Today, they join us to perform from their debut CD, It Is What It Is. Hi, B.
Hey,
welcome.
How you doing? Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
You know what? I learn something new every day on Soundstage. A while ago, I was introduced to holy hip-hop, and then now it's acid hip-hop. What's that about? What is acid hip-hop?
Acid hip-hop is just like taking all the finest elements of hip-hop, and if you think of what hip-hop is, it's taking all these different forms of music and putting it to the beat and the rhyme. So we're just doing that instead of sampling, we're doing it with a live band, and it's just hip-hop at its finest, stripped down of everything, just at its core. Just acid hip-hop, straight at you, no frills, just... That's what it is, acid hip-hop.
It's exciting.
Thank you.
Now, when I watch you all perform, I see a little Run DMC,
Right.
Beastie Boys, Led Zeppelin, and some 70s soul in there. How are you able to take or to use the old school beats to attract the new school audience?
Because that was some of the truest music. You know, those are people who created something, you know, and it always sticks. It's tried and true. So, you know, we just pull from the people who set it out there, who we deem did something very right and who are still valid today, and they influence us, and because of that, people feel it.
Real quick, who is your audience, me or my teenage daughter?
Both of you. We've seen both of you at Heavy Mojo shows. True.
Okay, all right.
Truly. Not you per se, but, you know, you can change that, you know.
Okay, all right. Well, performing radio, here is Heavy Mojo.
Radio. Suckers never play me on the radio. Is it that we too fast and they too slow? Well, I don't know, but they say they want radio. They want radio. They want radio. Suckers never play me on the radio. Is it that we too fast and they too slow? Well, I don't know, but they say they want radio. They want radio. Hey, I'm sending out the signal all across the land, gripping my mic real tight within my right hand. Start the broadcast on the broadband. My mic sounds nice without the mic stand. I don't take this hip-hop lightly. Who you know spitting them flows this tightly? The radio DJs don't like me. They rockin' wrong and I'm rockin' so rightly. They playlist is mindless, it's mindless. It's stay thick with sex and some violence. It's fakeness, it's nonsense, it's hopeless. Your format's a joke that lacks focus. Radio!
He once described himself as just a college guy with a band, but don't let his modesty fool you. Former Vigilantes of Love frontman Bill Maloney boasts an impressive resume of critical acclaim and top 10 hits. He joins us today to perform from his album, Audible Sigh. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Myrna.
Welcome. Hey, Mariah. Good to see you both. You started your career with Vigilantes of Love.
Right.
Yeah. Why the split?
It really just, a lot of it was logistics. It got too expensive to keep 4 or 5 guys happy in a van, you know, and it's, you know, a lot of the post 9/11 thing, it was just a different sort of playing field for bands that were doing, you know, 180 to 200 shows a year, just a college band in a van. So I opted just for doing more troubadour stuff.
And what's it been like doing the solo thing?
It's good and bad. After standing up for the first time and being, you know, just thinking, gosh, there's nobody back there behind me is kind of a transparent experience, I guess. But after a while, it kind of pushes you in a direction where you do write a different kind of song. So I've been grateful for that, you know. You
said there's nobody behind me, but you really don't need anybody else. I mean, I was watching you. You're doing a number of things. I mean, you're singing intently, your eyes are closed, and you are playing the guitar and working the harmonica at the same time. How do you do that? That's amazing.
I just practice. That's it. Anybody can do it.
No way.
Yeah, anybody
coordination.
can do it.
You've got awesome coordination.
Well, I'm a big Dylan fan, and Dylan was the guy that sort of popularized that whole, you know, rack harmonica, acoustic guitar thing. So I just figured I needed another, you know, crayon in the box, so I put the harmonica on a few years back.
Real quick, Georgia is known for its storytellers. Would you consider, I love your lyrics, by the way. Would you consider yourself a storyteller?
Yeah, I'm a son of the South. I mean, we're sort of steeped in it here, aren't we? You know, everybody passes on a lot of oral tradition, you know, stories about their family and their loved ones, and I think, you know, the South, we do it better than anybody in terms of keeping those stories alive. So.
Well, our viewers are in for a treat.
Well, thanks for having me.
Okay. Performing Nothing Like a Train, Bill Maloney.
Nothing like the rain get us down. Honey, nothing like a train to take us far away. And we're all even here with no sound. Darling should have been gone yesterday.
Rich melodies and sultry vocals define the sound of breakthrough jazz artist Days Ahead. Their debut album, Turning Point, has become a radio mainstay, which continues to win over fans and critics alike. Hi, Kim, welcome.
Hello, thank you, Myrna.
The name Days Ahead, how did you all arrive at that name?
Well, our producer and guitarist of the band, Steve Wright, came up with the name. We basically wanted something to represent our music. Days Ahead to us means that we do music that has staying power and something that's going to be here today, tomorrow, and the future. And so, hence the word Days Ahead.
Very clever. The term acid jazz, what is that?
Acid jazz was something that we had to think of to coin our music because we do so many different styles. And when people come up to us and ask us, you know, what kind of music do you do? How do you classify it? It's not really standard jazz or straight ahead jazz. It's not really contemporary. It's kind of a mixture of jazz, soul, rock. We have some reggae in there too, gospel, yeah.
A little
So
bit of
it's a
everything.
melting pot of jazz music.
I feel it.
Okay, well, good.
Performing You Move Me off their latest album, Turning Point, here is Days Ahead.
I wonder where you come from. I dreamed of you.
It is an unprecedented collaboration where classic meets contemporary. Thanks for joining us. I'm Myrna Moore, and what an absolute pleasure to bring you TBS Storyline from the magnificent High Museum of Atlanta, featuring the much anticipated Louvre Atlanta exhibit. The exhibit is a historic partnership between the High Museum and the Musée du Louvre. From Paris to Peachtree, hundreds of priceless treasures from the Louvre now adorn the halls of the High Museum. Happy holidays, and thanks for joining us. We're high atop the Atlanta Chamber of Commerce, overlooking a beautiful Centennial Park, the centerpiece of our city. When John and Jeanette Murphy adopted their first daughter in 1983, they wanted to provide a loving home for special needs children. Today, Home for the Holidays has taken on new meaning for more than 20 of them.
This week, a special edition of TBS Storyline, exploring Georgia's Golden Isles, its vibrant community, rich history, premier destinations, and of course, the food.
TBS Storyline is on the road. We're glad you're joining us from the beautiful Jekyll Island Club. Today, we're going to explore Georgia's Golden Isles, where life in this southern paradise is unhurried, untouched, and unspoiled.
TBS Storyline returns with Myrna Moore.
North of Jekyll Island is this secluded stretch of white sand called Driftwood Beach. The name comes from wood scattered across the shore. A souvenir for those who visit, it's also a place to see fish, birds, maybe even a sea turtle. Things happen at a different pace down here. Even the simple things like exercise take on a whole new meaning.
Hey, Myrna.
Watch your back, Eric. Backwards Bud has been looking over his shoulder for decades. Well, that's it for this special edition of TBS Storyline here along the Golden Isles of Georgia. Join us next week from Atlanta with more of the storylines that shape our city. See you then.